Then it says, Coach, he's 34, have a daughter, and divorced. I don't think that's the red flag, but he doesn't have a relationship with God. Get out. That's all you need. He has questions about the real God. He also smokes weed. Good job. Good guy, but those are red flags. God is important to me. Every conversation is led back to him, and I don't see willingness. He don't feel like he wants to let go of weed. He wants it in his life, and I think that's not what I want, but he's a great guy. Well, he's not a God's guy. He's not God's guy. He's not God's guy. He's a great guy, but he's not God's guy. There's a lot of great elements in a guy, but if an individual has these different elements in their life, they're not a great guy. They may be a decent guy. They may be a guy that whatever, but if that person don't have God, my friend, that's not a great guy. You're going to have a great problem. Let's read through your question again so I can break it down layer by layer. Coach, he's 34, have a daughter, and divorced. Ask why. If always ask so you don't repeat. Ask, observe, analyze, listen. He's 34, has a daughter, and he's divorced. Why did he get divorced? Right? I don't think that's the red flag. My friend, the divorce element could be a red flag. Not every divorced person is a red flag individual. But you have to investigate the individual thoroughly enough to make sure that the individual can create residuals. You want an individual that creates residuals, good residuals. We're talking about the residuals that only God can give, the residuals of love, the residuals of faith, the residuals of joy, the residuals of patience, the residuals that only come from the fruit of the Spirit. If that's what you want to be always in your life, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, then my friend, you got to make sure that man has God's ear. Right? And that man has the fear of God, that man is near God. Right? If that person doesn't have God, my friend, that person is not going to be good for you, and that guy's not a great guy. Let's rehearse this again, because sometimes you need to hear someone who's at a level that you respect, that can help you inspect and detect. Right? So he says, with God, he has questions about the real God. He also smokes weed and he has a good job. My friend, as a woman, I understand, not as a woman, but being around women and being married to a woman, I understand your need for security and stability. But my friend, it doesn't matter how good the job is. It doesn't matter how good the guy is. If that man doesn't have God, he will eventually be bad for you. God is important to me. Every conversation led back to him. My friend, that's a sign. If the conversation always leads back to him, you can see why he's divorced. If all the conversations lead back to him, he is self-centered. He's going to put himself first and then put you on the shelf. And you don't see willingness, man, you my sister, you can't coach a man to God. See, the man God has for you will be sent by God. The man God has for you is going to be ready for the next level with you. He don't feel like he wants to let go of weed. He wants it in his life, and I think that's not what I want. What do you think you want? What do you know you want? You may don't allow your circumstances, wherever you are, make you think and not know. See, the goal is you want to know before he show. Before a guy shows himself, you must know what you want, or you're not going to properly inspect. Before he shows, you have to already know whether or not y'all should flow, whether or not y'all should go. So right now, Nashida, I want you to write down everything you know you want in a man of God, everything you know you want in a husband, and write it down and make it a non-negotiable. You want a man that knows God. You want a man that fears God. You want a man that respects God. You want a man that talks to God. You want a man that follows God. You want a man that understands God, so and understand everything that God wants him to understand about you as a woman of God. And if he doesn't have that already in his knowledge bank, my friend, no matter how much money he has in the bank, y'all going to go bankrupt. Hope to help. My brother, I had to get it in on that one. We can't have our sister out here, My sister, you have to write down everything that you know that you want in a man, so that when God brings him, you'll know. When the devil tries to bring another, you'll know. It's important to know what you want, and don't allow your circumstances to make you impulsive and impatient and settle. Do you know everyone is making an offer? And when a guy makes an offer to you, you don't have to accept that offer. Oh, but he's offering a great job. He's offering provision. Do you know what real provision is? Is he able to provide through prayer? Is he able to provide emotional availability? Is he able to provide understanding? What else can he provide? So you have to expand your understanding of greatness, understand your awareness of preparedness, and understand what it is that God has for you, and trust that he has what's best for you. Hope that